by the time we see him, the sun ain't even out yet. By the time they find him, his black ass should have been looking like Morgan Freeman.
Hey, man, they explain the movie. Black don't crack. Come on.
That's true.
That's true, right? Yeah, he's 50 years older than he actually is, but come on, man. That's it. What's that melanin you got in your skin?
Yeah, just because they make a black don't crack joke.
We got away with it. That is that. Move on.
Hey everybody, Double Toasted Live is coming to New York on September 10th. Hey, that's my big birthday weekend, so help me celebrate with you. You can get your tickets right now over at doubletoasted.com or go to x1entertainment.com/double-toasted-Brooklyn. Hey, there's a limited number of all access tickets and VIP tickets. They're going pretty fast, so go over there and get your tickets now. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. People, I'm excited to have over here, everybody. Mr. Danny Brown. Danny, what's up?
Yo, what up, man? How you doing, man?
Oh, man, it's good, man. It's even better now that you're here. I told Dan I'm gonna leave the door up and just walk up in here and this
I'm
right
scared
up
of
in
them
here.
motherfuckers. I'm like some shit like that. Like, hold the
Well, especially since it sounds like he's sicking his dogs on you as soon as you
Yeah,
come.
I know.
I guess we'll get on with this review. Danny, you can chime in anytime you like.
I ain't see that shit.
That might even make it funnier, man. I don't know.
I see the commercial. I was like, that.
I give it to M. Night Shyamalan, man. M. Night Shyamalan, real ambitious, very ambitious with his heart. When people were making movies where they try to scare you with ghosts and monsters and aliens, and M. Night Shyamalan came in and said, man, I've done all that shit already. I ain't doing that no more. I want to scare people with ordinary shit, like grandparents and wind.
What's going on?
And Mark Wahlberg's acting.
What's going on? Jalapeno peppers?
Shit, that's him just getting a set. They just had the camera rolling at the time.
What's going on?
And the brother's looking at him like, for real, man?
Like, damn. Shit, I went to Juilliard. This mother walked up in here. Got me looking like Shiny Time Station and shit. That's the happening, y'all.
Yeah.
Which didn't happen for a lot of people. But now he's trying to scare people with time. You know, in the horror of getting older and vacations.
And vacation.
Yeah, stressful.
Yeah. You know, getting older is already a horror movie in itself. We live it every day. We just don't get scared because the shit happens slow.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, we don't feel it. But M. Night Shyamalan came in and said, I'll make it scary. I'll just speed it up. You know, just make you get old in a day. You know, the whole premise is what happens when you put a whole lifetime within a day. Some people will say, well, I just do twice as much shit. Ain't no big deal. Ain't none, you know. But, you know, people don't account for, again, all the things that make you sick, you know, the adjustment, the shock of it. And we've seen this set up before with a movie like this. You know, a group of strangers find themselves in a mysterious but dangerous setting, and they try to figure out a way to get out. You've seen this all the time.
Yeah, every bottle film.
Yep.
Every bottle film.
Not every, but half of them.
But half of them, you know, we saw they put about 5 people in a box. It took them 5 minutes to start trying to kill each other in there. And in this case, we have an island where time passes so much faster. Years pass in minutes. And not only does it accelerate the aging process, but also, as I mentioned already, any kind of illnesses that you may have. So can these people get the hell off this island before they turn around and just get tired of each other's shit and want to kill each other? Or even if they're kind and nice and everybody's just completely cool, you know, it's only a few hours before shit, I think I'm about to die of old age. Give me about 5 minutes.
No kids allowed on the beach? What?
I'm not true.
You mother... You told me! You said...
Tensions are high already.
Shit! Boy just shit on himself in that water.
Dad, why are you looking at me like that?
Well, I mean, you got This is very confusing for me.
I just don't like
Shit, my daughter got kind of hot. I'm so confused.
Go put some clothes on.
She's related to me. She's related to me. That's my daughter.
It's happening to us. It's happening very fast.
You have wrinkles.
We got bigger things going on.
We have to state the obvious, Martin. Okay, we need to do that every single time, every 5 minutes.
Man, there's a chick over there decomposing. You talking about my crab's feet or my crow's feet?
That's fucked.
Beach.
What's happening?
This is based on, a lot of people still don't know this, but this is based on a French graphic novel from a French filmmaker. I forget his name, but it's called Sandcastles. And I would say that I think M. Night Shyamalan, I think he adapts some of those ideas well, because the last time he adapted somebody's work, that didn't work out too well. So yeah. So, you know, let me just say right off the bat, this is no Avatar. No. By any means.
Few things are, though, to be fair.
A couple of things, yeah. No, there's a couple of things. Yeah. But shit, that bar was already on the ground. You know, so all you have to do is just jump over that shit. It's real easy.
Jump? You mean just walk
But just
over?
you tiptoe around that shit. Yeah. So that's not too hard to do. But I think that the setup for this is nice, because M. Night Shyamalan, he starts out. A lot of his movies start out slow. You know, they would start out slow, and characters would show little emotion because, you know, he was trying to build mood. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, Sixth Sense, it worked. You know, for something like The Happening,
Because everyone's dead outside.
What's going on?
didn't work at all.
Nope.
You know, that was little emotion, not by choice. Shit, that made M. Night Shyamalan mad.
Man, that last take, I could really feel what you're saying. Stop doing that.
Here, in this movie, the characters, they're more lively. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell by this, but you know, they're happier. The tone is bright. The tone is sunny. Gail Garcia Bernal and Vicky Creep, was that name Creeps? Creeps. You know, they when they come in, they're a nice, happy family. Very likable with their kids. Actually makes you feel bad because, you know, I mean, if you already seen the trailer, you know something fucked up is gonna happen to them at some point.
Well, not just that, but there's some tension between the two of them that they don't say at first, but you can pick up on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't even pick up on it that much. I thought, well, I'm just happy that people are actually showing emotion at the beginning of an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Sure.
That's something that I didn't see a whole lot of in his earlier films.
Some people are showing emotion.
Yeah, well, I'm talking
Some
about the
people.
beginning of the movie.
Hey, man,
Sure.
It can't be everybody.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a night movie, sure.
You know, and when the movie picks up, there's almost like this dread knowing what's gonna happen to them. Even though there's this luxury resort, you know, it feels very sinister. There's this dread that's going on because they get these special tickets to go to this special island, and you know, it's almost their fault, by the way. You know, I'm saying I feel bad for them, but you don't go to no island and accept special tickets. I mean, the motherfucker's trying to sell you on a timeshare. You know, I've gone to these special attractions.
Sure, yeah, you're right. It does sound like a timeshare pitch, but it is the concierge who's like giving you this thing, and you know how people get pulled in by the whole like, listen, I'm gonna set you up. Don't tell anybody else. It's just for you.
Yeah.
So you know, if you hear that, you're like, oh yeah, I'm in the in crowd.
Oh, not
Special
these days.
treatment.
I've done 2 things on a trip, and both of them were timeshares. You think a fucking island makes you owe a timeshare meeting or lecture? That'll suck life right out of you. You be older than a motherfucker walking out of there, man. But when they get to the island, now here's what things take a turn. I should have known. It's almost like M. Night Shyamalan came in and just hijacked his film. The moment M. Night Shyamalan comes in, his cameo, the movie just takes a different turn, because that's where we go to the island. And we go to this island, all the charm of this family leaves. Because they and everybody else we meet from here on, they become types. Everyone becomes such types, they could have name tags on them. The stuffy British dude, the psychologist sensible guy, you know, the trophy wife, the cute kid, all of them, All of them are just there. The family becomes such types, you know, when they go to the island. And and this is what we're talking about with the couple. This is when I saw, all right, even you guys became what I thought you would, what I wish you hadn't. The couple with problems. You know, the couple where, you know, they go there and they went to the island to kind of work out problems, or pick the right time to tell something to their kids. And all they do is just yell at each other like every couple we see in every movie. And they argue about the same old things too. You never have time. And this is the funny thing to me. They're talking about, we have to pick the right time to tell them. We can't let them know now. And that little ass is right out the door.
Right around the corner.
And they're like, hear you, man. Tell us what? Stupid ass. It's like, man, the dialogue gets bad. Everything takes a turn. Mm-hmm. They say obvious shit. Can you believe I found this online?
That's been M. Night Shyamalan's MO, I would say probably since Lady in the Water. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't have enough time to thoroughly develop these characters. Mm-hmm. So what I'll do is I'm going to have them say their name, their occupation, and what they're feeling constantly.
So they don't have to do no character development. There's a kid that goes around and asks everybody, what's your name and occupation? It's like, and I'm seeing right there like, God damn, just them out, man. Don't say nothing at all. Better yet, I'd rather they just treat it like these characters are meant to be. They are just there to die. They give you all this, you know, they try to set them up like they're going to really give you something deep. And these characters are just there to die. And that is it. And I'm going to tell you who the worst type is. Because at least some of them come in, they feel like they make sense being on the island. The worst character type is, I'll tell you all the labels for everybody. The worst one is the black dude.
Mid-size sedan?
They thought when they introduced him, I thought he was going to be some kind of magical mystical. Because he was on the island, he was all quiet. He was wearing shades before the sun even came out. He had a mystical pose and shit, and up there looking like Morpheus with cornrows and shit.
Well, I know the first scene he walks out and says something on. He doesn't have on those glasses, but he looks like Debo Jr. with dreads.
It looked like a cross between Debo and Morpheus.
Yeah.
And A$AP Rocky with these Travis Scott with these braids up here, these cornrows. And the logic of when they find him don't even make no sense, because by the time we see him, the sun ain't even out yet. By the time they find him, his black ass should have been looking like Morgan Freeman.
Hey, man, they explain the movie. Black don't crack. Come on.
That's true.
That's true, right? Yeah, he's 50 years older than he actually is, but come on, man. That's it. What's that melanin you got in your skin?
Yeah, just because they make a black don't crack joke.
We got away with it. Yeah. That is that. Move on.
You got a motherfucker going around asking everybody the name and occupation, and you got him telling jokes to get past all the narrative
trauma.
Not even all the things that don't even make sense.
Oh yeah. Oh no, the fact that he's there so much longer than other people, it makes no sense. The movie constantly contradicts itself.
This fool. So this is a narrative flaw that they have, and this man should be sitting when they find him, he should be looking like Uncle Remus. But they think they can get away with it because he makes a black don't crack joke, and it's like don't crack, but goddamn, man,
he'll show some wrinkles eventually.
Shit, I hate to say it. I never wanted to say it's about black people, and I always used to say it's about Asians, so I'm kind of racist and wrong for it, because I used to make fun of raisins. I used to make fun of raisins.
Rations.
I used to make fun of Asians because I said, man, one day that's it. They are hot and they hit a wall. Here's a secret about black people. One day we wake up and we are just old as we hit walls too, man. I mean, it takes longer than everybody else.
Right, but everybody hits walls.
Everybody hits a wall. We just hit that wall longer than everybody else. And this mother, the way the time goes and the math goes, he hit that wall before dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you later find out that he's a rapper with a stupid name, mid-size sedan, because I guess sport utility truck was taking it. It's like,
isn't he dumber than Paperboy?
Yeah. Shit, he's dumber than paper. You take the boy off, this motherfucker is dumb. And they make him dumb. And you know that M. Night Shyamalan came up with that name, mid-size sedan. Ain't no, Danny, you a rapper. Ain't
no fucking rapper named himself mid-size sedan, man.
Ain't no
they try to be funny now. Like, they on some funny shit. All right. See, I knew I wasn't fucking with it for a reason.
Hey, but for all we know, he looked like Chris Cross when he first got
there.
That
nigga like a totem pole.
Yeah. Find out that this character is here for this. I'm just talking about the writing. The writing is so shorthand for everybody, including him. like I said, these kids are used as devices. This man right here is used as a device. He's used for two things. He's not a character. He's used for two things. One is for a setup in the movie that we didn't even need.
True.
They did a setup. Now, I'm glad they did it. They gave some. And if I can say, if I got anything out this movie, it's some ass. I would say y'all didn't need that shit if I didn't get a shot of a nice ass. But really, if I stopped being shallow with the shit, then you didn't even need that. It just made the movie 10 minutes longer than what it really needed to be.
If you had to eject a character that would not affect the story, he would be the one.
Yeah. You didn't need him. You didn't need the setup that's there for him. Shaved 10 minutes off the movie easily. The other is just to show you a side of a character who, again, don't really mean anything in the movie. He's just there to show you that the blustery, stuck-up British dude, that he might be racist.
We really don't know what happened.
Well, I think this man had something to do with it. And I've got nothing against this man. I'm just doing what needs to be done.
Boy, you know what's funny about that? They told him, man, your mama's over here dying, come now. And he still turned around and say, hey, y'all watch over there. Like, come on, man. His mama didn't mean nothing as much as that dude did. I ain't got nothing against this man, but y'all watch his black ass, all right? By the way, I just don't want to say black dude, because I know this guy is probably a good actor. He's a handsome dude, too. Aaron Pierre is the rapper's name, which is a better name than Miss Sedan.
I know what his real name is. They mentioned in the movie.
What they say it was?
Brandon.
Well, he should have gone by Brandon.
Well, but like the daughter's like, oh, that's Miss Sedan. Yeah. She says a couple times, and it never gets brought back up again.
No, because it's stupid.
Yeah.
Brandon the rapper would have been.
Hey, aren't you Miss? I'm Brandon.
Shit, big ass rapping dude would have been a better name than Miss Sedan. That's how you know M. Night Shyamalan came up with that name, because he don't know nothing about hip hop to come up with that shit.
It's probably a placeholder, and it never got changed.
Miss Sedan. Hey, no. Call them girls goddamn Miss Sedan.
I don't know, man. Wait till next year.
Volkswagen Beetle sound mid-size sedan. He's trying to make something contemplative out of something that should have been just a freaky horror film.
Sure.
You know, I think that this would have worked in a couple of ways. Because and the reason why I say this, because you always talk about body horror. And this could have been just a freaky, gruesome, gory horror film that was just played for fun, man. There's a lot of things that happen here. They got a scene here. They got a gruesome ass scene involving bones breaking, and the imagery behind it is just crazy, and it looks painful.
It's an interesting idea.
It's a great idea. They got a surgery scene where it's a creative idea. They have to fight against time to like actually do the surgery. You know, now is that feasible? Now I don't know. You know, this is a fantasy right here, but it looks cool in the movie. I think increasing those kind of images that would increase the scares, and that probably would have made this a little more frightening. Would have messed with your mind a little bit more. They also do freaky things in here. You know, these kids get older, shit. They start getting horny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't know. They the first thing they do when they hit of age, they just pull them diggers out. And
well, it's funny how often this movie, the parents are like, "Where are our kids? Has anybody seen our kids?" It happens like 3 or 4 times.
Well, they always tell them to go play or go eat some food. That's what they always do.
And as a parent, like, I'll be on the beach. We'll be on the beach with our kids. They're grown. There's nothing going on, and we're still like, where are they? I got to know where they are all the time.
Of course.
Here, they're in a dangerous situation, and they keep taking their eye off the kids. Like, what are y'all doing? Yeah. So at the point where the kids start growing up and getting horny, it's like, I kind of saw this coming.
Yeah, they've been on that island 3 hours and already pregnant.
I hate they show that in the trailer.
Yeah, I do too.
They're giving too much away in this.
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
No, I was gonna, you're bringing up all these big body horror scenes and things, and what I have an issue with is that the scene happens and it moves on, and they rarely ever mention it again, and it's like, you should spend some more time with some of this stuff. And he tries to cheat because the graphic novel, I think, is awful.
Oh,
I think it's horribly written. Okay. And I could see what's like, okay, it's gonna be a struggle to adapt some of the stuff like. That's in that to this film, like the whole thing in the graphic novel. Not much a spoiler, but kids are talking about like having orgies, even though they have a 5 and 6 year old mentality. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? No kid's talking about orgies at 5 or 6, unless I don't know in France they're doing something weird.
Which could be the
and
case.
here he cheats. M. Night Shyamalan cheats is where he doesn't. When that scene happens, he doesn't show them having sex. It's just like they're in the tent, and they're talking about, I have all these feelings, I have all these thoughts, I have all these urges, and then it moves on, and then then they're pregnant. It's just like the horror is not earned. And even when that happens, you don't spend time with it to like really let's focus on this, and we're just moving on to the next scenario.
I agree. One of the big problems with this film is that a lot of big stuff happens, and they don't spend a lot of time really digesting it or like everybody reacting to it. Like somebody gets killed, and they just kind of go like, well, shit, that happened, and they move on to the next thing. Yeah. And I'm like, man, that's something like if you were in a small group of people and somebody got killed, it'd be a big deal. It'd be a lot more traumatic, and they move on from it. But they've done that so much that when it gets to that point where they set up the 2 kids having sex, one of them getting pregnant, I was like, yeah, I didn't need to spend a lot of time with that because that was obviously going to happen.
Well, my problem with these kids, and again, this is something where they don't have to write shit, is that as they get older, they like, look, this is a day. These kids start out at 6 years old. Yeah. And, by the end of the day, they are thinking like a 50-year-old. It's like, they never established like, okay, maybe if you told me that the island matures them too mentally, then that's fine. That's never said. Yeah. It's like by the end of it, it's like, all right, you a grown, mentally challenged person. You should be. It's like you should be 6 years old mentally.
I could say that I think I like this movie better than you guys did, and it fits in the M. Night Shyamalan catalog of being basically a Twilight Zone episode that's stretched out to be a full feature-length film. I think he does a lot of things here better than he has in a while. I love the camera work throughout the entire thing, but there's plenty of clunky dialogue, over-explaining, and the biggest thing is that the time, the elapse of time is not consistent. And sure, an adult is going to, appear to age slower, but the way they have time moving so fast, like a lot of this doesn't really add up.
I wonder, I'm glad you brought that up, because I wonder if it was a budgetary constraint. Because the movie was, I guess, somewhere between $20 and $15 million. But, there comes a point where certain characters are supposed to be like 80 or 90, and it's like, you are not 80 or 90 looking at all. Right. You're like, you're like 20 years older, but not to what we're supposed to have in this scene.
Man,
well,
and the makeup in this is very, very hit and miss for me.
It is hit and miss. Like even the trophy wife, when she's supposed to be getting older, it's just her makeup is just smeared.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
She got older.
Mascara.
She just forgot how to put her makeup on.
Yeah, exactly. No, a lot of these people are supposed to be 90 years old, and they don't change. Their hair don't even go gray.
No.
Did a great job casting these kids.
They did. They did a great job.
These kids go through 3 stages of aging in here, and all 3 stages look good. Like these kids look like each other through all that. But I do agree with you. Making this more character-based probably would have been, if you don't want to go as shallow as having the gore and, and making this just kind of a freaky-ass, straightforward, fun horror film. If you want to make it more character-based, then fine. You could have done that. You could have completely have done that. But the characters are so flat that you just don't care about them that much. Not that the potential wasn't there. There's some funny lines in here when they point out the obvious, when they point out some of the things that we're thinking. Like these little weird-ass kids that are going around.
Yeah.
Like wasn't it Ken Leon here? Yeah. There's a moment where they come in and that Alex Wolff, his character, when his character is young, he starts pulling that weirdness, talking about what's your name, what's your occupation, and they're just kind of like, okay, these kids are weirdos.
Right.
With us?
Everything's gonna be okay. What's your name? You're 11, right, Trent?
I'm 6.
No.
He's like, okay, quit. All right, quit bullshit now. I'll ask you again.
Really, are you 10, 11?
They're playing with us.
I like the way he like the way my man, he'd even try to hide it. She tried to be nice. They've gone through a lot. No, they're f***ed up, all right? Just don't say nothing and just leave. The reactions, especially by the kids in the movie, man. People are dying. Look, I'm happy that they didn't make these kids obnoxious. I'm happy they didn't make them too scared and too sad to where they were crying at everything. But damn, feels something when there's a dead body around there. They told these kids, and I'm not lying, they told these kids, they said, because the kids came out and said, hey, what happened? What happened? And they said, well, honey, there's a dead body over there. Cool, what's for lunch? I'm like, get the fuck.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry again.
Yeah, well, I'm hungry again. It's like, damn, you some morbid ass kids.
Yeah.
You know, we'll go and start wrapping it up, but and then we'll start having people give their ratings. But you go ahead.
Yeah, as much as I was prepared to not like this movie, not just from what I've been told, but just from how much of his catalog I don't like, I was pleasantly surprised by a lot of it. And it's not, it's not a perfect movie. Not a perfect movie. There's so much of it that's ham-fisted and clumsy, but every so often it gets it right. And like I said, it's something that I could really enjoy with the sound off. And I know that sounds like a backhanded compliment, but I loved looking at how it was filmed. And I don't know, I'll give it a rental.
Going into this, I had read Sandcastle because I saw the trailer and I was just like, all right, this looks goofy. But I was like, hey, I want to read the original source material. And I'll say this movie is better than that graphic novel. He improves upon the dialogue from that graphic novel. It's still not good.
God
it still
damn.
doesn't work for the most part because he's still doing the same things. I think that has really plagued his career since like the mid-2000s, that his characters don't sound like humans. There is some stuff I did enjoy about the movie. I think Gail Garcia Bernal and Vicky Creeps do a good enough job despite the material. Outside of that, not so much. A lot of the characters are just become stereotypes. I'd give it like a low rental for myself.
Well, we're all so different. I mean,
I knew he would be. I knew he'd come in.
this is like a goddamn M. Night Shyamalan's the twist itself. We were all in the same rating. Yeah.
We've seen worse.
Yeah, no,
We have. Oh, absolutely.
Because I'm with you. I thought you were gonna be up there, man. No, it's a rental, man. It's straight up. I'm gonna tell you the movie because everybody's expecting a twist. I kind of knew it was happening. It's not even a twist ending.
That was the thing that got me because I kept reading so many different articles or think pieces about the twist. And when it gets to the end, I'm like, that's not a twist. That's just an explanation.
It ain't no twist. But it kept me engaged, kept me guessing. If the characters were more interesting, I think this would have been a whole lot better movie. And the movie needed to have just a lot of details in it, be tighter. And quit using these goddamn characters to not tell a story. You know, we're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, the characters could have came out and just narrated who they were. You know, I'm the impetus for what's triggered it. Get the out of here,
Well, they
man.
could do like Roadrunner cartoons, but have them freeze and then have the name of them and what they do.
You should start doing that from now on.
Black Addis's Rapidus. But nah, man, it's a rental. It's I don't think it's anything to hate, and I think if y'all coming in hating, it's just you got a chip on your shoulder by M. Night Shyamalan. But it ain't a good movie. It could have been better. It's all right. It's all right. So anyway, shit, I took points off of mid-size sedan. This was almost a high rental until they came up with this stupid shit.
Yeah, I might have gone high rental, but it was too long.